Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the iBando podcast.
What's up?
Yeah. We're back at it. This is episode 3. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and like us and follow us and tell your friends and family about us. We be talking about some good stuff. We got some good stuff this podcast.
Make sure you hit the notification bell so you get all of our updates. We're trying to get on a better schedule, so just work with us for the moment, and eventually we'll get on a more stable schedule. So
Yeah.
it'll be all right.
Yeah, man. So, but where do you want to start, man? Where do you want to begin with? We got we write all our stuff down, and throughout the week we just gather a bunch of stuff to kind of bring to the table. And
yeah, I think we've been the past few weeks we've really been on like looking to the future, like new technologies coming out. Like you got folding phones, you got 3D printed technologies, you got like battery technology that's going crazy.
Yeah, talk about that 3D printable organs. Like I was like,
I can't remember where I got it from, so don't quote the source, but I think there's already technology where they're like taking cells from like your own body and then breaking them down to like the building cells. I don't know the specific. I'm just slaughtering this right now, but anyways, then they have like special machines that pretty much like a 3D printing machine, and it can print like a new heart valve.
But
for
it's like
you.
a functioning organ almost,
Well, I don't know if they're going to the like full extent of like printing hearts and like livers and stuff.
Yeah.
But like valves and like.
Or like bones, like.
I don't know about that. That's whole.
Like like somebody who loses their hand.
Yeah,
and then they'll like 3D print like their hand, and then we already have the robotic. They have the robotic mechanisms to like control their hands already. So like 3D printed hands with the robot controlled hand in it. That would change like all the amputees.
We're moving into the Matrix right now. I'm telling you.
At that point, that kind of like gets me to this like level where like if we got like robotic hands and 3D printed organs, like what are they called? It's like synths, cyber people, like cyber humans, half human, half robot, but they're like they look human, but they're robots.
Well, I on that note, there was like this. I saw this YouTube video. I can't remember the YouTube channel, but like, there's this company that's like this robotic company that's giving robots a consciousness to the extent of like the way they explain it was like we can see, like say you wanted to do something, say we had a piece of paper and a pen, and like you wanted to write your name.
Yeah.
You could see yourself writing your name.
Oh wow.
So then you can. This is like you as a human. So you visualize yourself writing your name, right, initially, and then you actually do the motions of doing it.
Okay.
Because you can see yourself. That's a conscious effort. So I guess in the way they try to break it down for the robots was that they give them like they let the robot run for a day, running like different scenarios and like moving around. And at first it twitches because it's just trying to get learn how long it can reach and how much it can move around and what its limits are. Like the robot's learning itself, and then eventually it gets to a point where you can give it a simple task like write hi, and then like the robot has already moved so much within that day, it knows what it can do, and it'll make the conscious effort of writing down hi.
This reminds me of like this movie I think it's on Netflix. They might have took it down. It was like really graphical. It's called Ex Machina, and it's like about this like cyber, like this dude made this girl, but completely functional girl, like kind of like not like
It's a weird like sex doll type thing.
With the AI conscience. It's like he had to lock her up because he was afraid like of people getting attached to her or her getting attached to anybody. Like it's crazy,
freak,
bro. She was pretty bad.
If you had the opportunity to do something like that.
Kidding. No, but
I don't know if I would do that, but that's pretty intense. But if I were to do that, it'd be pretty realistic.
The dude, I think he like ends up like falling in love with the robot chick and like runs around and like trying to escape with her.
Watch that be a thing in the future. Like maybe not like your kids, like our kids' generation, but like their kids, like the great grandchildren that we're gonna have. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they'll be having relationships with like
robots, like reproductive robots too. You know what I'm saying? Like freak. You seen like Rick and Morty?
Like TV from other dimensions has a somewhat looser feel to it.
Yeah, it's got an almost improvisational tone.
Sex doll.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's weird. Rick and Morty was on another level. They really talk about some crazy things.
They're out of the box, with a lot of their stuff.
You know what's also out of the box? Imagine like cryptocurrency, right? That's supposedly gonna be a thing. I don't know very much. I don't know anything about it. Yeah, it's a thing. But then it's like, what if we start paying with time?
Okay. Like that movie with Justin Timberlake.
I know, bro.
That movie with Justin Timberlake. And they're all paying for time, and he's like doing time heists, stealing other people's time.
And he like can live forever.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like millionaires are like can live till eternity.
Yeah.
Because I bet in the future in that, like that's such a crazy concept of a movie, because think of it like they have a technology that can make you live forever. Right?
Or check this out on the same note. What if say you have a heart attack, and say that like your heart is going bad, you're getting ready to die because your heart is your motor, right? But what if it gets to the point where they're like, you have the option to purchase a brand new heart printed from your same DNA that you had, so it's technically a brand new heart, and it'll go right into the place of your old one. Your body will accept it faster because it'll recognize it.
80 years or something. Yeah. Another 80 years.
Yeah. What if it reverses, like a brand new heart revitalizes the body? Like they go from being old and they get the Benjamin Button and they start getting younger. Maybe not younger, but they'll grow the heart to a certain size that will be able to withstand whatever age that it's
new blood is coming through, new white blood cells, blood cells are going through, so it like probably
re-energizes.
Yeah, re-energizes everything, and it kind of like brings it back to life, because like I feel like as we're born, everything is so fresh, and it's starting to expand, it's starting to grow. Like from a baby, your head just starts to grow, but then you hit that age, and it just starts to slow down, and you start getting old, and it's like becoming like a fucking raisin, and like you just start shriveling up, and like, but now on that note, with the 3D printed organs, or like putting a new, even if it's like we have just hearts laying around type stuff, like there's probably a vault of hearts somewhere.
I know they got a seed vault of every seed.
Yeah, I heard about that in Antarctica, just in case like the world goes into like some apocalyptic stuff, and like all the bees die out and we can't grow anything anymore.
Did you hear it? Well, shout out Joe Rogan. I was listening to his podcast, and they were saying that out in China, that they're having the bee population is so low that people in China like are hand pollinating flowers.
What?
Yeah. For realsies.
Wow. So we're becoming the bees.
Yeah, but then that's not sustainable. That can't be a thing, because it's like, what if the bee population comes back in like 20 years, and then you got a bunch of people that are dedicated to an industry that don't amount to anything?
You got to think, like in China, there's all those factories. There's so much work that they, and I bet you.
Yeah, but China's its own economy. Like if you go, like how we have like pop stars and we have our own stuff going on. Yeah. China has its entirely own thing. They got their own Amazon. They got their own internet. They got their own entertainment. They have.
They're like AT&T. It's TTA.
It's whatever China. I don't want to be terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Because like shout out to all the countries like that possibly watch our stuff. Like, because like we want to know how your country's working. Like our country, I don't want to get
shout out Trump. No, I'm just kidding. He got impeached.
I don't want to get political with this right now.
You're just going straight forward. You're like, maybe that's for the country to be. Look, I wish everybody the best. The world isn't perfect, but the future is supposed to be crazy, and I'm really hoping for it. Like, what, flying cars?
That's what I'm saying. So, like, with us being political, because, like, I'm almost 23. You're about to be 23, too, here pretty soon.
Don't give him my government age, bro.
I'm about to be really 32. No.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
exactly.
No, but like on that sense, like our generation of people, like everybody we mess with, like even from like, our younger friends. I almost dropped government names again.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
But with them, our younger kids, like the other kids, our little brothers, they're just turning 18 now. It's like they're able to vote and they're not going to vote. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to. Like in the head, like I was watching a video earlier of some Republican dude. He had like, that's me being biased, like assuming that he was a Republican because he was like backing up Trump. He was like, they were trying to impeached Trump since before he became president. And I'm like, yeah, but at the same time, like, he said so much stuff. And then like I started thinking, I was like, is he really saying it? Because, you know, technology is so vast. People can do anything and make anybody, you know, say anything.
I just think that I'm so far away from connection with what's going on, like, in that sense, because it changes hourly, bro. It's not daily anymore. It's like hourly, minutely. I was surfing YouTube today, and I came across this CNN deal where it was like, reporter asked Trump, what does it feel like to be the third president impeached? And he's like, it was a hoax, it was a setup from a guy.
That's what I'm saying. I think we saw the same video.
I was hilarious.
Some old dude just like, and he was like, in our younger
No,
generation.
it was Trump. It was Trump who was responding. The reporter asked Trump.
I'm talking about this other dude. He was like, he was an old dude, and he just like, he said almost the exact same thing. That's crazy.
Like, it was a hoax, it was a setup. They were getting me from the beginning. It was an inside job. I was like,
almost exactly what that dude said.
I was like, look,
Did you see that thing? I had shared it on Facebook, and it's like,
That's me.
it's a cool, but it's like, it showed all the news channels. Right? It showed like news channels from like California, showed news channels from here.
Oh, they said the
same
same
thing.
thing.
All saying the same.
There's a script, bro. It's all scripted. It's all scripted.
And that's hypnotizing.
Yeah, and then the same thing, like, they pick and choose what they want to display. Like, there's news that happens all the time. How many times do we have, like, friends, not dropping government names, that were like, hey, did you hear about that shooting the other night? Like, no. Did you hear about that shooting last weekend? No.
You hear my cousin died?
Yeah, you know? And it's like every other weekend or every weekend, somebody distant around this circle is, you know, not saying we're connected, but like they know of people that are passing in these incidences. And it's like, you're not seeing it on the local news. You're going to see whatever they decide to show up, you know, food truck rally, whatever the heck, or, you know, dog caught in a tree and it farted and fell down and died. You know, something crazy. But
that's just how the world is, you know.
That's why.
I guess like there's so many people in a way. Like, yeah, I guess you can't monitor it, but like,
you know what I think? I think that with all the advancements in technology and for the younger generation, they're becoming more awkward to interact with. Like with somebody who's young, they don't know how to. They just don't know how to interact with somebody. They can't have a conversation. Like somebody who's like grew up sheltered and like 14 years old sheltered, grew up in like the same house, or like had like their parents or their mom or grandma like always coddle them and stuff, whatever, because of whatever situation. And then they grew up just always being taken care of, and then like they get to an age where it's like mommy and grandma and whoever the heck is taking care of you isn't going to be there anymore. And then they just don't know how to adapt into the real world, you know. Like they want to play video games all the time, or they want to go invest their time in something that's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? When they could be thinking about like the next step to progress themselves, and no bigger goals that they want to set for
like
themselves.
there's Gen Z, Gen X. Like I don't really understand the Gen Z XY thing, and like like I get what boomers is, like old people.
At this point, yeah, boomers.
Like shout out to them though, cause like without them,
there wouldn't be us.
There wouldn't be us, and nor like half the technology that we have. You know, and we're all as as intergenerationals, age-wise, from the youngest to the oldest on the planet right now. We're all helping each other evolve. You know, we're all trying to like better ourselves. So like, I don't know where I was getting at with that. I was just
I don't know. I was watching some stuff today about like. Just about some crazy stuff going on in different parts of the world, and it's like, you know, so you can get very complacent about how, you know, oh, I wish you'd be, you know, you get in a bad mood because, you know, you're not doing something you want to do. You don't have the material things that you want at the moment, or whatever the gripe is. I'm like, it could always be worse, and like I always gotta G-check myself when I start to act like a little baby.
B-word.
Yeah, a little baby.
Yeah.
And you know, I just gotta be like, hey man, you know, remember, it could always be worse, you know, if you want. And at the same time, like, the only thing that stands between you and what you want is yourself.
Exactly.
So it's like,
that's why I'm always trying to progress myself. Like looking up stuff on YouTube. YouTube is gonna be your best friend. Like shout out to YouTube.
Dude, I like working on cars and stuff, and
that's what I'm saying.
Like 100% of the things that I've attempted, I could not have done if I didn't see like a YouTube video or like a description of how something worked to like get the task done. But it was crazy. YouTube is crazy cool.
Like how I figured out how to do some of the cuts on iMovie, like YouTube, bro, like.
Right?
And it's like some people, like, they don't even have like a lot of views, and I'm like, I learned a lot from this person, like, oh my god, like, you know.
Yeah, I really like the sharing aspect of sharing knowledge. Like when I'm at work, like working in my trade, like I don't see any. I mean, there's like classes of like who's in charge of what. But it's like for the most part. But for like the hands and the workers, it's like, you know, if I know something that will make your job a little bit easier, I'll share what I know, so you're not busting yourself out. You know, we got to work for a whole week. You know, we don't want you going down by Tuesday. You know, so it's like you want everyone to be on like the same page and like have that fluidity of working together and sharing knowledge and stuff. I like
That's how
that.
all work communities are.
It should be. It should be for the most part, but you know. Hey man, I hope it's good.
So, what about that China morphing monkey and pig DNA together?
Yeah, shout out Joe Rogan again, because I'm always I drive on the beginning of the week because I work at a town. My drive is like 2 hours and some change, right? So I got nothing to do but just listen. So like I was playing one of Joe Rogan's podcasts, and they were talking about, I can't remember the guest. I'd shout out the guest in the one, but they were talking about how China's like on some next level stuff where they're morphing like pig DNA and monkey DNA to like see what like happens. I'm sure they're gonna like take it to a whole nother level to like find like antibiotics and like medicine and stuff, but there's gonna be somebody out there who's gonna like, his wife dies and like he's gonna replicate from her DNA, and he's gonna have like a child image of his wife, and then he's gonna like, what is he, like grow her up and like, you know what I mean?
Does her life live faster too? Like
it's like the morals and lines in the sand are gonna get very blurry in the future, because it's like
they're messing with it. They're tinkering with
nature and reality and what is what it is.
Yeah, man.
You know, so it's gonna be crazy to see what things turn into.
I mean, shouts out to the people trying to do that, because it's dope, kind of. But you know, like I remember looking back into it, was like there's some lab, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to die after I talk about this too, because like this is gonna be some crazy stuff. But
I love the government.
I love the government too. And like, if I'm talking about something, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about. I Google stuff every day. Like it's the internet. Can't believe everything.
So what you on right now?
But like, so I was looking into some Illuminati stuff.
Right.
And like,
I love the government.
I love the government. But like some of the higher ups, I feel like, and like they're all getting together. Some of the most like billionaires, like. Not like I don't want to drop names.
I ain't dropping
no names right now. But like they're all getting together. I'm gonna look like freaking crackhead when I'm explaining this. They're all getting together, right? And they got these atoms, bro. I'm for real. Like I saw it. It's something. It's like they're trying to build a portal that travels into different dimensions. It's like they're shooting a bunch of atoms, and the atoms are going in circles. And they're trying to just like, it's like one atom after another atom, and it's like it's keep going, and it's like they've said they've opened it. And they said like there's like scriptures in the Bible about them talking about them opening this, and this is what like the rapture and all that stuff is coming with, because they opened up a portal that they can't close after they open it. And it's a bunch of higher ups. It's all those people that sacrifice people. They're not even sacrificing goats no more. They're just sacrificing probably virgins. And like they got all these people, like think of it like all these beautiful big buildings, dude. Don't you ever wonder who owns them? Don't you ever wonder like why all this money is like how it is? Like, cause like, you know how I think. Like I hate being materialistic. I don't like doing that stuff. Like if it's not with your friends or your family, and you live in like, you know, that on that level with them, then you're not living rich. You know, you're poor. You're fucking scum to me if you live in like that. You live in high and large on an island, but your friends and family aren't there.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm feeling about that. And those dudes are getting together. They're doing something crazy.
That's like Jeffrey Epstein when he had like that whole island full like young girls, and then Bill Clinton would fly out to that island, and a whole bunch of like big name celebrities and high ranking officials and stuff.
What is wrong with them? Like, go get you some old pussy.
When you have money, you can get whatever you want. It's a sick world. It's a sick world, but it's like I'm not justifying any of this. You know, it's just people have wants, and if they have the means to get it, some people will go to any means to get it. And it's like, it's crazy.
It is.
It's crazy because there's somebody out there who somebody is always willing to provide a service or thing to that person. You know what I'm saying? There's always like
just because they have that money. You know what I'm saying? And they're willing to do whatever it takes to get that money.
That's like people who like buy drugs and stuff on the black market.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And
Wishing that things would be better.
And like the drugs on the black market, that's no joke. Like you buy one thing and then like somebody's at your fucking door and then they in your house and then they slit your throat because you wanted to buy a little THC cartridge.
No. When I was in high school, I knew this one Asian kid, right? He was super smart, really good kid. I think he was like valedictorian of the class or whatever. Super cool dude, but he always hung out with us. He wouldn't hang out with us. He would experiment with the burnouts, right? And then I remember one time he was like on this kick of like getting on. He was like, I want to get on the black market. I want to be able to like buy something from there and see if it's possible, you know. And then, I mean, he set it up all correct. You know, he had like a VPN and like firewall. Like he did everything correctly.
When he got a VPN, and we're right back.
Yeah.
TJX.
And freaking, yeah. I think he got like some LSD and some other stuff. I didn't try any of it. I think he got like maybe some weed in the mail. But like he sent it to like a different address at a house that he knew nobody lived at, and he can access the mailbox. So like it was nothing. And then like he could do it. It was easy. Like he did it. Yeah. So it's like,
but I'm telling you, like, yeah,
if somebody wanted it, you know, like he wanted to do it that bad. And it's like,
but I'm saying he went the safest route possible. He was smart about it. What'd you say? He was Asian.
He had the
I'm not trying
the numbers covered.
Come
man.
on, bro. He had the VPN blocking. I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. Like, say some regular Joe, some kid that hears us and they're like, oh, I want to go on the black market, and they just use their mom's computer, don't even get a VPN. They hop on the black market. Somebody has his IP address now. Somebody's selling his IP address now. They sold his IP address to some serial killer that just wants to go kill him, and then that serial killer is on black market all the time.
You know what that is? That's the world we count. Hey. It's like, look, kid.
You shouldn't have been on the black market.
You should have been on the black market, and it's hard to feel bad for
this kid,
you get it to yourself.
He got his freaking social gone now, his number gone, his freaking mom's, all his family now because of that IP address, like, type stuff. Like, I'm for real. Like this one person told me like she got on the black market one time, dude.
She's like, I just wanted to check
One
it out.
time, dude.
I just wanted to look
And she's
around.
all like, she started getting these text messages, some weird ass text messages, a picture outside of her house type stuff. And she's all like,
she died.
no, she's still alive.
Where's she at?
What's her name? I drop it, she dies next week. I'm like, no, that's not okay.
No, this is a weird world we're living in now. You know what I'm saying? Like
technology, man.
You think they're gonna have laser guns in the future? Like instead of
They
buying like a
have
40, you're gonna buy like a
railguns.
laser. What?
They already have rail guns. I'm gonna zoom in on my face.
Real guns?
I'm for real, like
Or ray guns?
no rail guns, dude. Like
Rail guns.
It's kind of like
a gun
it's like
that's on a rail.
it's gonna be on like a level,
It shoots like a sonic pulse.
but it's like a bullet. Like it's like
a sonic bullet.
Supersonic bullet. So like at that point, I feel like we just need to figure out energy cartridges in a way, and then we'll have like a Glock 45 laser pistol type shit. It's like,
Yeah.
and it's like it like clean cuts. You know what I'm saying? But instant kills.
Like a hot cut.
Like, I don't know, I've been watching The Mandalorian, and like he just shoots you one time with his little pistol.
Hook it up with that Netflix, son, so I can check it out.
Shout out Disney Plus.
Shout out to Disney. Disney, hook it up with that sponsorship. Yeah.
Hey, so we're having a good time with this one.
We have a good
3
time.
minutes left.
Before we wrap it up, we gotta shout out the merch. We just got these shirts in. These are just testers, but if you guys like them, you know, get in touch with Avery on the Facebook page. And we're trying to get a good idea of how many shirts we're gonna need, and then we're gonna have some more designs coming out, some stickers, some more things to come. But
shout out Blue Sass.
Yeah,
shout out
Blue
Nick and
Sass.
Des for doing these shirts.
Shout out, because these things came out really good.
Nice. We're getting some ones. We're gonna probably put the logo a little higher, so it's like on the chest a little bit more. But yeah, these are just some mocks, and I told you guys we were gonna have some merchandise for you guys. Sorry we didn't post a podcast last week. We've been slacking. I mean, we can go
We've
for
been
like
slacking. Somebody got the runs.
do like it was bad. I had Ebola.
I had the H1N1.
For real, like it was bad. It's coming out both ends. So we'll extend it. We can extend it for like another 5 minutes real quick and just keep talking.
Did you have some stuff you wanted to shout out?
Oh yeah.
Get those out.
Shout out to Share the Warmth. It's an annual fundraiser for the disadvantaged in our community, hosted by Brand University. BrandU is a digital communication graphic design company located in Colorado Springs. Last year, we donated 175 items, hats, socks, and gloves from our mitten trees placed in small businesses in the city. We gave several partners, including OperationBU, I Am Me Beautiful, Nina 9, Blazin 98.5, Treats by Hannah, and Ace Dental Technology, which is right next door. OperationBU social impact company that has now been dedicated to the memory of William Underwood, aka FYL Gothic Jackk. You can find all these organizations on Facebook. We are still in need of soap, coffee, hats, gloves, water, and non-perishable snacks for our gift bags. Our goal is to bring a bit of cheer to the holiday by giving. If you'd like to support Jackk, you can find him on Jackk of Broken Hearts on Instagram or Goth Gang Threads on Facebook.
Exactly. And then what's the address to the studio if they want to drop off some candy?
If you want to drop off some stuff at Ace or mine, we're going to probably just do this just, for the rest of the holidays until New Year, at least on our side, because, I got sick and I still got some stuff I have to get out. I got to stay in contact with Christine. We'll drop this and then see if we're still doing this. If we're a little late, next year we'll definitely be, and we'll still go out and donate. My bad, Joey, my mom's husband, he just bought like a bunch of jackets, like 50 jackets at Costco. And it's like, he's going out.
Sharing the warmth.
Yeah, like sharing the warmth for real. Like,
right on.
And so,
that's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so we're trying to get on some stuff. We're a small little local group right now, but we're trying to get this off the ground. And
shout out to BrandU.
Shout out to BrandU. Shout out iBando
Shout
Studios.
out iBando Studios, LLC, man.
Thank you guys for staying and watching all the way to here. It's iBando Studios on everything.
The secret code is pineapple. Alright, thank you.
That will be described in the description.
Yeah, that'll be in the description. Alright, let's just keep it. Let's go for like another 5 minutes, because they just dropped that. So they're probably like, oh, now we don't have to watch it no more.
No. Well, we got more stuff to come. I think next week we're going to get off this future and we're going to talk about some other stuff.
Okay, so if we're just going to keep talking about the future real quick in this one, let's talk about Akon City real quick, dude. Like, I'm kind of curious.
That's a whole podcast in itself.
Yeah, you're right.
We got to do more research before we briefly brush over Akon
about the
City.
flying Porsche car.
Dude. All right, Bose. No. Yeah, Bose? Boeing. I always get Bose and Boeing. I mean, one makes speakers, one makes airplanes. I mean,
Boeing.
It's the same thing. But Boeing and Porsche getting together, right? You thought electric cars were cool? You thought you just wirelessly charge your phone in your car was cool, bro? What if you flew to work? What if you pulled up, skirt, going doors, stock on a heater, bro, and this thing, vertical takeoff,
fucking minute,
vertical landing,
fucking minute,
and you can just zoom. I'm sure there's probably going to be some regulation on how high they can fly.
There's probably going to be like their own their own streets that they can like.
There's going to be like, remember Futurama? How they had like floating stoplights?
Yeah. Fuck. That was like the thing you were talking about. I think shout out our first podcast. I think we were talking about this with the magnets. It might have been our second one. We were talking about like the magnets on the cars and like all the buildings.
Yeah.
And, like, keep you floating.
Yeah, you're like instead of expand, like if we could expand so much that we have to start going up. Like we start building up. We start having like imagine New York City and the skyscrapers are 200 floors tall, and then on floor 350 they got like the buildings are interconnected with like a walkway or a tramway or some type. You know what I'm saying? And then like they have like their own cars and stuff that drive up there. Yeah, it's crazy. It's
Or
crazy.
like, or are you talking about like a subpopulated, like a
super city.
like a super city where they like, so like say they got New York, right? And then in the middle of New York, say like there's like all these big buildings right there, but then like on the top of those buildings is like a whole other New York.
Yeah.
On top of that, and then like say like the bottom New York, where did you get destroyed by like a tsunami or something?
Gotta take care of that.
It's my flash
Got
notifications.
three of them in podcast, man.
Somebody probably had
Somebody in the comments, we're gonna do a feedback and be like, Avery needs to turn the flash off his phone. Thank you guys for being here and riding with us.
But anyways, yeah. So like, if New York were to get destroyed by anything, that top city could get cut and float in the air. And like, say the world is about to end or anything, we would just put. It'd be like, at first it'd probably be like a ghetto ass mechanism where it's all like big ass helicopters and shit, and like we're just constantly gassing it to stay up in the air. There's like
terrible idea, because like at that point then we should just go to Mars. They're getting ready to send people to Mars to live out there and see how long they're gonna survive.
About NASA, they're sending Osiris, and it's scanning an asteroid, and like they're gonna try to take samples from that asteroid and like say like there's like a diamond on there, right? Because I've seen some stuff about like UFOs being like controlled with like just a crystal, and that crystal powers like everything. Like
It's like a nuclear reactor on a sub.
and then like it hovers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like
Porsche flying car.
see, kind of looks like a UFO. In a way. It's like a UFO with a car.
It was a solid one this time, guys. Again, thank you for riding. Subscribe, hit it, notification bell, smack it, description, read that.
Boom. Because I spend a while doing this description, guys. It's like, it's hard out here.
Tell your mom, tell your grandmother, tell your brother, your sister, your uncle, your nanny, your granny, your grandfather, your grandpapa. Everybody.
Shout out everybody. Shout out all the local artists out in Colorado. Again, we're a local Colorado studio, guys. Come check us out. We'll record you. You can rent this out. You know, we do donations on the page. We got a GoFundMe. We got the Facebook page. I'm trying to work on like putting some stuff on the screen. You already know. So we're just trying to do it big, you guys. We're trying to get us out there and really do this. Buy our merch. The merch is going on the website, so you can buy the t-shirts. We're only gonna sell the studio shirts in the studio. So
The ones that say studios.
yeah, the ones that say studios on it are only gonna be sold in the studio, just for us.
Just so that you can clout chase.
So I mean, if
when you
we're-
come over here and be like, yeah, you see this limited edition
I went to the actual studio.
Yeah.
Y'all just got iBando.
Y'all
shit.
just got that online.
Y'all just
Y'all
got
get that.
iBando
Y'all
shit.
get that new.
We're thinking about making like some polos and some long sleeves with like Japanese stuff.
We're gonna make
on
a
it.
full bodysuit.
That'd be fire.
iBando.
iBando bodysuit.
Yeah, and then you know
Like
like
a tracksuit.
you know how they sell like the bulletproof vest for like fashion now?
Yeah.
iBando bulletproof vest.
That'd be fire.
Yeah, don't shoot anybody in it though.
Yeah.
But yeah, more to come.
That'd be dope.
Appreciate it, like it, love it, share it, subscribe it. Anything else?
Just put the thumbnail.
Go back that ass all on me. Just back that ass up on me. Before you do that, let me remove my strap. Cause it's fully loaded. I put him right on his back. If he touch my bitch, he's a goner. I get high, I'm such a stunner. Her ass off with them pillow. And you know when I fuck her, she say me with go. She walk like her legs is noodles. I'm a pit bull and that bitch is my poodle. Got her on 4 paws, doggy style. She back it up and make the kid go wild.
Another night with the boys. Late nights in the city, coolin' doing our thing. We just want you to get jiggy to some real pimpin', man.
Just back that